Hi, welcome to another episode of Talking with Docs. I'm Dr. Brad Wiening.
And I'm Dr. Paul Zalzal. And today we're going to be discussing how to take a good selfie.
What?
It's all in the angle of the camera.
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm just kidding. We're going to be discussing vitamin D. We had a question about what's the deal with vitamin D.
So, what's vitamin D, Paul?
Vitamin D is actually not a vitamin, it's a hormone. It's produced in your body, mostly in your skin with the assistance of sunlight, and some of it's produced in your kidneys.
And the main difficulty with vitamin D is that you physically cannot consume enough food to get an adequate amount of vitamin D for you. So in areas that don't have enough sunlight, like Canada, where it's dark and cold, particularly in the winter, you have to make sure that you take supplements in addition to food and a little bit of sunlight.
Supplements all year round in Canada.
Yes.
Or any northern latitude. So if you're in the south on a hot sunny day where it's hot and sunny every day, you don't have to watch this video.
Right. And what's nice about being fat soluble is that it's stored, so if you miss a day, you can still double up the next day, and that's not a big problem.
Right. We don't recommend doing that on a regular basis, but if you miss a day here or there. So how much vitamin D should I be taking?
So typically for the average person, the recommended dose is 400 to 1,000 international units. It varies depending on the organization. But then once you're over 50 or have had a risk of a fracture or some other type of deficiency, they recommend between 1,000 and 2,000 international units.
Right. Anything over 2,000, you should probably be doing this under the guidance of your physician. But yeah, up to 2,000 if you've had a lot of fractures or osteoporosis. So these are vitamin D supplements, and they usually come in 400s or 1,000 tablets or chewables that you can take daily.
What does vitamin D do, Paul?
Vitamin D helps the metabolism of bones and muscles to make bones strong and actually increase muscle strength too.
Okay.
So what's the deal if you've got a fracture? Should you be taking vitamin D supplements if you broke a bone?
So this is a question commonly you get in fracture clinic. So the scientific evidence says that vitamin D does not necessarily increase your rate of healing, but I think intuitively we would all agree that it's important to take vitamin D to reduce the risk of a further fracture, and having good bone health seems reasonable to improve the healing, but it's not scientifically proven per se.
Right, so our studies that we have available to us don't convincingly prove that vitamin D helps fractures, but I do recommend it to my patients who've had fractures. If they ask, is there anything I can take or do to help speed this up, I'll say, well, you can consider taking vitamin D if you're not doing so already. Do you take vitamin D?
I definitely do not take vitamin D.
Why?
I try to get it in my diet, and then I spend as much time outside
You
as
can't
I
get
can.
enough in your diet, and you only get it from the sunlight.
I probably should take
You should
it.
probably be careful when you stand up after this video, because you may just break your femur.
That's right.
I take vitamin D supplements. I take like at least 1,000 a day.
Really? Eh?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, for sure.
Any list of foods, Paul, that you recommend for people to get vitamin D?
Well, vitamin D, no, I don't know. Do you know?
I do, actually, because I looked it up, but when we got this question, so fortified orange juices and milks,
Right.
typically in Canada, some fatty fish, cod liver oil, some tofus, as well as portobello mushrooms that apparently have seen a lot of sunlight, so they do the work for you.
How can you tell if the portobello mushroom has seen a lot of? Is it the tan of the mushroom?
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay, yeah, I don't eat a lot of cod liver oil,
No, neither do I.
so I eat a lot of vitamin D supplements.
So supplements are a good idea.
I think you should start.
Okay, I will.
All right, listen, that's all we know about vitamin D. It is important. It is important for bone health, which is what concerns us. So yeah, if you have any other questions, please feel free to leave a comment or email us.
And if you like this video, please like it on YouTube or subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.
And remember, you are in charge of your own health. Thank you. You gotta start taking vitamin D.
I do need to. Do you really take vitamin D?
I do.